Another horrific Muslim terrorist attack in London. We'll be here with the details and what you and I can do regarding a Muslim propagandist. You might want to actually help. I'm Randall Terry. This is Voice of Resistance. Friend, this is one of the most important programs that I have done in many months. And I'm asking you to stay with me through the whole show and to participate with me in an effort. All right, and you're going to see how this effort will converge. As you know, as of this morning, 7 people are dead in London. Scores hurt badly, many of them, where in the attack were Muslim terrorists, devout Muslims following the pattern set in the Quran and the Hadith and the Siras of Muhammad. These devout Muslims carried out Muhammad's marching orders regarding jihad. Now, right off the bat, please put up the website. World Wide Web, www.wwmd-tv.com. We're doing something we have never done. We're putting up 3 episodes for people to watch for free. Now, what you're going to find is episode 4 is on the use of deception by Muslim propagandists. Episode 6 is the episode on sexual slavery. And episode 8 is on Muhammad's call to jihad. You'll understand by the end of the show why we are making those available for free. President Trump, when this horrific attack happened, he issued a tweet, and this is what his tweet said. We need to be smart, vigilant, and tough. We need the courts to give us back our rights. We need the travel ban as an extra level of safety. 90%, not 100%, but 90% of the Islamic terrorist attacks that have happened in England, in France, in Germany, in America, etc., have been committed by Muslims from a foreign country. There have been some, such as Alton Nolan, the man who decapitated that poor woman in Oklahoma. He was an American Muslim. But most of the Muslim terrorist attacks in Western nations and in Middle Eastern countries and in the Far East, most of these attacks have happened from the hands of Muslims who came from another country. So what President Trump is saying makes sense. It's not outrageous. It's not unreasonable. If you know that attacks are coming from that neighborhood, it's in your best interest to stop the flow of people from that neighborhood. Okay? That neighborhood of the world. And the people who are against his travel ban are willing to play with your life. That's at the end of the day what this is all about. So he makes this statement. And I can tell you what's going on inside of their White House. Their White House has said, look, there's going to be another attack here in America, and it's going to come from a foreign Muslim. And then it's the courts that are going to have blood on their hands. So we see this attack now, and President Trump makes the statement. It's a valid statement. Introduce Reza Aslan. Reza Aslan is a Muslim, a Shiite Muslim. He says that when he was a teenager, he converted to Christ. And then, after a series of books that he read and conversations he had that debunked the Bible, he said, which was not true, but he said that he left Christianity. And then he felt drawn back to Islam. He now hosts a TV show on CNN called True Believer. For any of you who have small children in the room, I need to give you the warning now. You need to have the children go. So Reza Aslan is a Muslim propagandist. And in the next section, I'm going to play a portion of one of our episodes showing just how deceitful he is. But Reza Aslan, after President Trump tweeted that we should have a travel ban, said this about our president. We're going to blur out that word, okay? He referred to President Trump. This piece of SH blank T is not just an embarrassment to America and a stain on the presidency. He's an embarrassment to humankind. Those are the words of a CNN host. This man is a deceiver, friends, and he's a Muslim propagandist who is hiding crimes against women, sexual crimes against women. He's an evil man, and I'm going to prove it when we come back. Have Muslim terrorists hijacked the peaceful religion of Islam? Or is there more to the story? The answer lies in the life of one man, Muhammad, the founder of Islam. Muslim terrorists see themselves inside a 1,400-year-old story, a narrative that focuses on specific events in the life of Muhammad. We are going to look at Muhammad's life using their most sacred literature. We will look at Muhammad at the Battle of Badr. We'll see him deal with those who mock him. We'll see the times when he used deception. We'll witness Muhammad's anti-Semitism. And yes, we will discuss Muhammad and his teachings concerning sex, slavery, and jihad. Friend, if you want to understand Islamic terrorism, get this series today. Reza Aslan. He's the author of the book, No God But God. He is a CNN host. He is deliberately deceiving people and covering up crimes, sexual crimes against women. Two women in particular, a Christian named Maria and a Jewess named Rehana. I'm going to play this clip. Now listen to me. I have been studying this man, Reza Aslan, for years. Been following him. He is in our documentary. The next 5-minute clip that you're going to see is from our documentary produced 6 months ago about this very man. And you will see for yourself that he is a deceiver. And I'm going to ask you to help me to get him fired from CNN. Watch the clip and see if he deserves it. Muslim groups in Europe and America and all over the world have links with the Muslim Brotherhood. And they are very clever at the art of deception, deceiving the house of infidels while they seek victory for Islam. Reza Aslan, the Muslim author of No God But God, is a frequent guest on many TV and radio shows in the U.S. He is a master of deception regarding the history of Muhammad. For example, look at his treatment of Muhammad's relationship to two women, the Jewish Rehana and the Christian Copt Maria. Muhammad had multiple wives when he died, almost 10. Aslan wrote,
"With very few exceptions, these marriages were not sexual unions, but political ones. Muhammad's marriage to Rehana, a Jew, linked him with the Jewish tribe of Banu Qurayza, while his marriage to Maria, a Christian and a Copt, created a significant political alliance with the Christian ruler of Egypt."
This is a lie. First, these women were not Muhammad's wives. They were his concubines. In Islam, concubine means,
especially in Muslim societies, a woman residing in a harem and kept for sexual purposes. Odalisque, a woman slave in a harem.
Al-Tabari wrote of these two women.
On account of the messenger of God's slave concubines, they were Maria binti Sham Undargo and Rayana from Banu Qurayza.
Al-Tabari was clear. They were not Muhammad's wives. They were his slave concubines. Muhammad kept them for his sexual satisfaction, not to forge political links, as Aslan says. His deception continues.
His marriage to Rehana, a Jew, linked him with the Jewish tribe of Banu Qurayza.
This is also a lie. The Jewish tribe of Banu Qurayza was extinct. They were massacred at Muhammad's order. Every male who had reached puberty was decapitated. The women and children were distributed among the Muslims as slaves.
Then the apostle divided the property, wives, and children of Banu Qurayza among the Muslims.
Muhammad enslaved Rayhana.
The apostle had chosen one of their women for himself, Rayhana, and she remained with him until she died in his power.
And again, Al-Tabari discusses her sexual slavery in a very spiritual fashion.
God granted Rehana of the Banu Qurayza to his messenger as booty.
Rayhana was booty to Muhammad, a prize of war from Allah, a sexual slave, not a wife. Likewise, Maria, the Coptic Christian, was a sexual slave. Muhammad had sent a threatening letter to the leader of the Copts, urging him to become a Muslim and warning him of the results if he did not.
I invite you to accept Islam. If you accept, you will find peace, and you will save your throne. If you turn your back on this offer, the responsibility for the disaster to befall your subjects belongs to you.
The leader of the Copts declined the offer, but sadly, he sent the sexual slave Maria to Muhammad as a gift. Shortly after Muhammad's death, as Muhammad threatened, disaster struck the Copts. Saber-slashing Muslims flooded Egypt, killing and enslaving them. The persecution of the Coptic Christians and the killings continue to this day in Egypt. The Muslim Brotherhood, the Council on American Islamic Relations, men like Reza Aslan, myriads of Muslim advocates are knowingly deceiving non-Muslims in the house of infidels, as they call us, as well as unaware Muslims, regarding Muhammad's oppressive acts and his threats to those who refused to submit to him. Let us not be deceived any longer about the true nature of Muhammad and Islam as he started it. I've got to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll give you the phone numbers at CNN, and you ponder what you are willing to say. Friend, we have a series that will help you and those you love to have an impact on this country. It's called Insurrecta Nex. That's Latin for revolution against the killing of innocent people. This is the history, the philosophy, and the theology of social revolution in America. We look at the Stamp Act, the Boston Tea Party, the abolition of slavery, the abolition of child labor, women's voting rights, the civil rights movement. All of them have this in common: courage, sacrifice, dedication, and in-your-face tactics and rhetoric. That's one of the reasons that we've been losing the culture wars the last 40 years, is because the bad guys are using these tactics and we aren't. We will send you this 14-part TV series along with these manuals for students, a teacher's facilitator guide for only $40. Go to 304-289-3700, 304-289-3700. Reza Aslan, CNN host, called our president a piece of SH blank T. He is a host. He's a paid host on what used to be the largest cable network in the world, news network. Will they fire him? Only if they get enough heat. He deserves to be fired, but he deserves to have never had a show. Now, here's my thing. Did CNN know that he was a guy who lied about Muhammad having sexual slaves? Did CNN know? One would think they didn't know. I don't know, but bottom line is, this man is a self-conscious deceiver, okay? He knows that he's lying. He knows he's lying about Rehana. He knows he's lying about Maria. He knows he's lying about the vast sections of the Quran that deal with the rules of raping captive women. Now, I have shown and will continue to show great respect for individual Muslims, many of whom don't even know that Muhammad, the founder of Islam, had sex slaves. They literally don't know it. They don't read the Quran a lot. They certainly don't study the Hadith and the biographies of Muhammad, so they don't know. And I've shown respect to them. But I have a duty, we as Christians have a duty to tell the truth. We can say it politely, but we have to say it. And so I am asking you to call up CNN. Go ahead and put up their numbers. I've already spoken to a live operator today. You can call them and you can ask for Reza Aslan to be fired. He needs to be fired immediately because of what he called our president. Journalists don't get to do that, okay? They can say they don't like a president. Listen, everyone who's a regular viewer knows that I loathe the Obama presidency, okay? And a lot of us feel about President Obama in ways that we would not speak publicly, and we certainly wouldn't say on the air or wouldn't say in a public forum because of respect for the presidency and just a certain level of decency. Reza Aslan didn't do that. So our president, wanting to protect Americans from the Islamic attacks like just happened in London, makes his tweet, and the Muslim propagandist, the Muslim deceiver, Reza Aslan, calls him a POS. He's got to be fired. And the only way he's going to be fired is if we bring pressure to bear. But you keep that number up this whole time, okay? So, I'm sorry, it's already there. So, contact them. If you're a Twitter person, go to their Twitter account. If you're a Facebook person, go to their Facebook account. We need to inundate CNN with the calls for Reza Aslan's political commentating job. He needs to lose his job. It's just that simple, okay? And I want you to think about this. He knowingly threw two innocent women under the bus. Maria the Coptic Christian, and Rehana the Jewess. Now, the sacred, and I say that in quotes, the sacred literature of Islam shows that Muhammad had sex slaves. Maria, Rehana, and others. And yet he didn't have the decency to just admit it. I mean, he could say, Muhammad did this and it's wrong, or he could say Muhammad did this and Allah gave him the right to do it. He could say either way, but instead he lied. He lied. He threw two innocent women to the wolves and lied to thousands, tens of thousands of people who read his book by creating a false narrative and hiding the fact that sexual slavery is a part of the record that Muhammad left behind. And that all Muslim literature, ancient Muslim literature, embraces, including Sharia law. So you go to our website, put our website back on the screen. Go and watch episode 4 on deception, episode 6 on sexual slavery, episode 8 on jihad. Watch them all for free. I encourage you to buy this series, okay? But no matter what, watch the series so that you can be a voice of truth. And please call CNN and ask for Reza Aslan to be fired. I'll be right back. What Would Muhammad Do? Islamic Terrorism Explained is the best movie series documentary ever produced on the life of Muhammad and Islam. How do I know? Because it's what critics are saying. John Moore, radio host and author, said, "I learned more from What Would Muhammad Do about Islam and Islamic terrorism than I've learned from everything I ever read and watched in my entire life." Best-selling author Dr. Bill Warner said, What Would Muhammad Do is the best movie series, TV production on the life of Muhammad and Islamic terrorism that has ever been produced. Friends, this is what the experts are saying. No one has ever done what we've done. I encourage you to get 1, 2, 4 copies. Call 304-289-3700. That's 304-289-3700, or order it at the address or the website that you see on the screen. For those of you who are political activists, I have 2 books that are must-reads for you, and you need them in your library. 1, The Book That Made America, How the Bible Formed Our Nation, and 2, Confrontational Politics. I love both of these books. The book by Jerry Newcomb comes highly recommended by Ann Coulter. It gives you the ammunition so that you can say and see for yourself that the Bible was indeed the foundation of this republic. We weren't built to be a secular nation. We were built to be a God-fearing nation on the principles of Christianity as laid out in the scriptures. And confrontational politics, this puts to rest forever the lie that we should be nicer than Jesus when it comes to political activism. If we're going to win, we have to be confrontational. Only $25 for both books. Call 304-289-3700. That's 304-289-3700. Again, if you just joined us, there has been a horrific attack in London, another Muslim terrorist attack. I'm certain that you already heard about that by now. And what's frightening is that the secular media in this country is so full of hatred for Trump and so committed to protecting Islam, something they don't understand, that they are willing to lie and to simply not look up the facts. There are search engines put together by Muslims that show the Quran in English and that show the Hadith in English. So you can go online right now, go to searchtruth.com. That's one of the many sites that are out there. And you can put in the word terror, or you can put in the word Rehana, the Jewess, put in the word Maria, the Copt, and then read for yourself. You'll see Muhammad had sex slaves. You'll see that Muhammad authorized terror. It's in their literature. They're embracing it. It's a part of the very fiber of Islam. So we have American journalists who hate President Trump so much that they're willing to ignore the truth, not cover it, and beat up Trump. So Trump says, and I'm going to quote, let's put it back on the screen. After the attack in England, Trump said, "We need to be smart, vigilant, and tough. We need the courts to give us back our rights. We need the travel ban as an extra level of safety." All right, that's President Trump. Then Reza Aslan, journalist for CNN, issues this tweet. Quote, "This piece of SH blank blank is not just an embarrassment to America and a stain on the presidency. He's an embarrassment to humankind." Now, there's 2 levels at which this is offensive. First of all, he's a journalist. He's a foreign-born Muslim who who became an American citizen, and he should show some respect for the presidency. But beyond that, he's lying. He's a liar. President Trump is not that. He's not a stain or a blemish on all of humanity. President Trump is actually saying the truth, that we should have a travel ban on certain nations to protect us. That's what nations do. But Reza Aslan proved he was a liar a long time ago when he wrote a book defending Muhammad's practice of sexual slavery. So again, I'm putting up these phone numbers. I'm asking you to call CNN, text them, tweet them, go to their Facebook page, and ask for Reza Aslan's job. Demand that he be fired. Be as blunt as you want to be as aggressive or polite as you want to be, but just do it. Please. I've already done it myself. I'm not asking you to do something I wouldn't do. Please. And I called and I said, look, I want to issue a complaint about Reza Aslan. I want him fired for calling our president a piece of blank. And I said the word because they know. And they need to know that we know and that we want Reza Aslan's job. So please. And then the other thing is go to the website. Watch episode 4, 6, and 8. We've never done this before. And I'm going to keep them up there so people can see the truth. Tell your friends about those episodes. And if you can, please purchase one of them. Help us with this defense of our liberties and this defense of truth. God bless you.